Everybody, this is Dawn Black with Century 21 First Class Homes. I am your host for my live stream, Meet the Expert on the Block. And we will be introducing our expert on the block in a minute. I just want to let everyone know that we will be live streaming on Facebook. So you'll be live streaming on my business page on Facebook. And if you see this and you like it, give me some thumbs ups, give me some hearts. Also, if you like what you see, learning about all these different businesses, please follow my business page and you'll be notified when I come on with another Meet with the Expert on the Blocks episode. So thank you everybody for joining me. Also, if you have any comments, put them in there. We'll answer any questions that you have after we get through our presentation. And it's a nice presentation that they put together for us. So here we are Meet the Expert on the Block. The reason I do this is because I think it's important for all of us to get to know our professionals in the area and support our local businesses. So I'd like to introduce to you today, Jim Melchert. He is with the Garage Store. Jim, thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me. And hey, thumbs up to Meet the Expert.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Jim, would you please just introduce yourself and let people know how they can get in touch with you?
Sure. All right. So the company is Garage Store, and we're located in East Dundee. We're at 1082 Rock Road Lane. You can call us at 847-428-8862. You can also check us out on the web at garage-store.com.
Well, thank you so much again for joining me. And I know that everybody who starts a business has a story behind why they are doing what they're doing now. They might have been doing something before, but for some reason now their life is going in a different direction. Can you let us know what your story is?
Sure. Well, I was in corporate America and I grew up in the trades. So I felt like I wanted to be more hands-on and involved in the trades. And so I was familiar with the epoxy systems and polymer coatings. So I started working with commercial flooring guys. I started working with garage companies doing garage floors. And we realized that there really was a business doing garage floors with commercial grade products, doing a really quality system.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I also understand that you are a veteran-owned business, correct?
Yes. So I served in the Marines with the Gulf War and the coup attempt in the Philippines. And so when I got out, went to college, and like I said, went to corporate America, but I'm just feel like I'm better suited working outside and also working with small businesses.
Well, that's awesome. And thank you again for your service. I mean, that's a big it's a big undertaking. And so we want to thank you very much that you are there to protect our country. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to all the veterans that have served.
Yes. So just to tell us a little bit now, the Garage Store, I'm just a consumer. I'm giving you a call. I want to use your company. But what is that experience like when somebody first either gives you a call or goes online and gets in touch with you?
Sure. Well, if you reach out to us, obviously we're going to need all your contact information, especially your address, to come out and see your garage. Every client's unique and their garage is unique because of their lifestyle. Some folks have their children and they need, storage for their children's toys, sporting equipment. Other clients are more into automotive, so they need, toolboxes or storage for their car parts. A lot of clients just have a lot of stuff. So we have ways to store things with overhead storage racks, like for seasonal items or Christmas, holiday stuff. Most folks, believe it or not, just don't utilize their garage to the full extent, and there's a lot of wasted space. So that's where we like to meet with them, give them all the options. Some folks just are looking for the garage coating, like a commercial grade coating. Some folks are just looking for organization. Other folks just want that complete garage makeover to make another room of the house.
And that's true. I've seen that I mean, I sell houses, so I get to see a lot of different things. But, I've seen how people can use, they don't think about using their garage as a
Correct.
living space, but it is a great space to have a party, isn't it?
Yes. Well, especially now, I mean, if you have kids and the kids are outside, these block parties, garage parties,
Yeah,
that's just a parent's way of enjoying the neighborhood.
exactly. So with that, you had put together a really nice presentation that I do want to bring up, so we can kind of talk about a little bit, let people know a little bit about the process. What they not only, I mean, there is the phone call and getting to know what you're going to be doing, but now what is it that you're actually going to be doing when you actually come out to the house?
Sure.
So just I'll bring it in, but I was going to ask you, what is the like from beginning to end? What are we looking at a time frame?
So a time frame for doing a garage makeover can be typically about a week.
Okay.
I'll need 3 to 4 days to finish a floor with the dry times, and then maybe a day or two for organization. So usually within a week I can complete a garage. But with this picture here that we're showing, this is more of a model picture just to demonstrate wall systems. You can see the gear wall. So one of our product line cabinets is the Gladiator Garage Works cabinet. So they have a wall system called gear wall. You can see that up on the right side. You can see the cabinets on the back wall. You can see a toolbox. You can see a workbench. There's lots of opportunities for us to install different size cabinets and also different heights. We can put them on the wall. So what's great about the Gladiator cabinet system is they're modular. And what that means is, we can mount them to the wall, slide them around. Some of the cabinets come on wheels, so they're mobile. So it's a really a unique system that allows a lot of flexibility where even though we install it today, you can move it around or adjust it, 2 or 3 months later if your lifestyle or you change vehicles.
Yeah, or if you change your mood and you just want to change up your garage a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, just like you change household furniture, now you have your garage furniture.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about. So this is you come in. Actually, is this a picture you're about to your van and your is it your equipment?
Yes. So this is one of our flooring crew van and trailer. Inside these trailers, we have all our equipment to prep the concrete and do the coatings. So what you're seeing here is just a before photo. So if you go to the next one, here we are actually grinding the floor. So the red machine is a machine that cuts about 1/16 off the surface. You can see the raw, virgin concrete underneath. And the other guy is doing some hand grinding around the edges because the machine can only get so close to the edges.
Oh, wow.
And then on the picture on the right, we put down a primer. It's a moisture mitigation primer to help lock up and seal the concrete. It protects the floor from vapor transmission. And it's really something, most jobs will need. It just depends on how much moisture is in the concrete.
Okay.
So then on the next slide here, we're putting down the base coat and then a flake system. The base coat is an industrial grade polymer, system that's usually pigmented, and then we broadcast the flake to rejection. What that means, it's 100% coverage on the flake, and then we have to come back once it cures. We have to come back and scrape off the excess flake. Now, if you go to the next photo, it is a great picture because it shows the clear going down on top of the flake. So we end up, mixing the two component system and pouring it on the floor and then squeegeeing it. After we squeegee, we need to roll it with our rollers to make it nice and even. Now, what's unique about our top coats, especially in this example, is we use what's called a UV stable system. You want to use a UV stable system, or you have to, with garages where you're coating an apron. The apron's that area that sticks out past the garage door where you can see it from the outside because it's constantly exposed to the sunlight. So with the sunlight, it breaks down and degrades. the coating. But if you have what we call a UV stable system, it'll maintain its color and clarity for many years.
Oh, so I was going to ask, you have your workers and they have shoes. Do
Yes.
they go through a lot of pair of shoes having to do this with everything, with all the chemicals and different things that you're pouring on the floor?
Yes. Well, we do go through our a few pairs of shoes throughout the season. But the interesting thing about the shoes is the guy walking on the clear coat is what are called spiked shoes. So the spiked shoes allows us to walk across the clear coat because as we take a step, the clear coat, the polymer will fuse back and lay flat. So they're almost like golf shoes, if I had to give you an example.
Okay. All right. I was just curious. I'm like, how is he keeping his shoes clean?
Yeah.
So here, what do we have here?
So this is just another great example of before and after. What's really unique or nice about this picture is, you can see the difference, obviously, and how nice a coating can be. But if you notice on the after photo, you don't see the control joint. A lot of companies, won't do this on the residential, but as far as commercial, we do it all the time. So typically for the residential, we do it as well. We fill the joint with a flexible polymer and then resurface it and then apply the base coat, the flake system, and top coat. So when you have the finished floor, you won't see your control joints.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why you do that is just a little more, it makes the garage look bigger and it's easier to clean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because all the dirt won't get into the little crack. Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
So this is something you did a job at a commercial property, and I think it was like a food pantry. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
Well, with this particular project, we had 2 crews there. That's why we took a picture of the trucks out there with the trailers. But the before picture here is just an example of one area that shows where the floor was failing at this facility. And being that this is a food pantry or food, processing center, they can't have the floor flaking or breaking apart. It's not good for business, doesn't look good. Right. So they've asked us to come in, remove the old coating, and
do you want me to go to the next picture?
Yeah, put down one of our systems. So in this particular area, what we're doing is focusing on just repairing a few areas. You can see our machine starting to cut the floor and remove the coating that is there. If you go to the next picture, here we are where we removed the old coating. We got down to the bare concrete. We actually, did a few repairs here and there. And we started to put down what's called the moisture mitigation primer. That's again, a vapor barrier, which helps lock up and seal the concrete and protect it from vapor transmission.
Oh, okay.
So now, if we go to the next photo, here we are doing slight repairs, a few adjustments to the floor because for whatever reason, there was a low spot or an uneven area. This is our opportunity to take the 2-component polymer with a thickening agent and actually use the spatulas to smear it across the floor. Depending on how well that lays down, we can leave it like that, or we'll let it cure and we'll resurface it with one of our light hand grinders.
Is it just like to level it off a little bit?
Yes, a good example would be like when you paint and you spackle a wall.
Yeah.
Right, when you fill a nail hole. It's the same thing. Same concept, but we're using the commercial grade polymers. So you wouldn't want to use this stuff on your wall, and this stuff you could take a hammer to, and nothing's going to happen to it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's pretty strong. So here, we put down the flake system, and right now we're squeegeeing the top coat. So the picture where you see the guy taking a step, what he has there in front of him is a squeegee, and it's moving the clear coat. So we already put the base coat, we already put the flake down, and now he's just applying the clear top coat.
So it's all of that comes up. It's pretty shiny when it gets done, when it's all dried and hard.
It has a nice sheen to it, but if you go to the next photos, here's all the finish of the fish food pantry, and you can see the light reflecting but you can also see some of the texture in the floor. When you install these floors, you want to have a little bit of a slip resistant to it. If you lay the top coat too thick, then the floor can be like glass. We also add a slip resistant agent to it. So it's good for commercial industrial work. So you're not going to be sliding across that floor.
Okay. And do you have different colors that come into play? I know this has more like a black in it. Do you have other colors that people can choose from?
Yeah. So these flake systems, you have there's endless options, but we have between 12 to 14 pretty common blends that we use on a regular basis. You can check them out on our website under the flooring menu. And usually we pick a color that's going to go with the house, the decor of the house, or maybe just the color scheme. Everybody, some people like the grays, some people like the browns. And in this particular, color scheme here, it just matched the colors of the company. We do have companies that do custom colors to match like their logos or, their company colors. So that's pretty common.
Do you have, so if somebody said, I don't want to have all the speckles, let's say I'm doing a basement and I just want something with color, but a little bit more smoother without it. Is that like an epoxy type of covering or something like that, a finish that you would do on the floor on the basement?
Well, we can do solid colors, or we can do what we refer to as a metallic system, where we put down a solid pigment base, but then we put down different metallic colors. And when you put down different metallic colors, these pigments are designed to diffuse and blend with the other pigments. So, for example, like a tie-dye shirt, how you get all the different colors that kind of fuse and give you a unique design.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the trademark of the metallic systems. I can mix, the black, the grays, the reds, and when I'm all done, they will diffuse and mix at their own like free will. So people like the metallic systems because it's kind of like a custom, unique design.
Yes.
Typically, there's not, two floors the same.
Okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
I had to ask that because I know that you've got more colors going on. I've seen your showroom where you have all different types of flooring and colors that people could choose.
Yeah, we do custom work. The problem is there's probably additional fees depending on how much material or time it takes to create that custom work.
Now, you just don't do floors, do you? You do a lot more things.
Yes. Cool. So because we do garage floors, when we first started the business, everybody wanted us to continue, organizing the garage. So again, we worked with Gladiator Garage Works with their products to put up wall systems and cabinets and just sort of help organize the garage. But there's more to just the walls. You have the overhead storage racks. There's a lot of wasted space on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And we also do car lifts. Once the garage is organized, if a lot of guys that are car enthusiasts, they want to put 2 or 3 cars in there so we can stack the cars. The other area that's not too kind of forgotten about is the attic space in a garage. So we have carpenters that can cut a hole in the ceiling. Sometimes there is a hole already there. Sometimes there's an attic ladder already there that's broken or wooden and just falling apart. So we come in and we reframe out that opening and put in our Werner aluminum ladders. They're a lot lighter, easier to work with. We also go up into the attic and put down plywood. That way you're not trying to jump from joist to joist or balance yourself to put stuff up in the attic. And there's a lot of space in those attics that just get wasted. So if you hire us, we can put up all that wood and finish it off.
You do have we have some samples of before and after pictures here. And that is this, you were talking about storing things above. And
yes.
And I think that's what you were talking about.
So right, in this picture here, they had, homeowner put up some wood 2x4s with some plywood to kind of help organize. It
Oh, wait.
works, I guess, but it
Yeah.
just doesn't look very organized or clean. So what we did is we came in and put an overhead storage rack. That's that white rack that hangs from the ceiling.
Yeah.
We put in 2 white 30-inch wall cabinets, a shelf. We put up that gear wall system. So now the client can move those cabinets around, move the shelf around, move the baskets. They have endless
That's
options
amazing.
to put things on that wall.
Oh, I mean, that's a great way to get yourself organized. Definitely. And it definitely shows different than the regular wood shelves. That's for
Well,
sure.
it's the presentation. In
It
fact, right
is.
here with this slide here, you can see on the left, the old beat up garage with the old refrigerator, probably from the home from 20 years ago. We removed everything. You can see, we're painting and cleaning up the walls. We ended up redoing the floor, and then we did the wall
The
system.
refrigerator. That is a refrigerator there
That
next
is
to that
correct.
wall system. But
Yeah.
what's
So,
unique about your refrigerator?
well, here's what's unique. So the Gladiator product for these garages is all made by Whirlpool. So
Oh,
Whirlpool makes appliances. So
yeah.
it just made sense for Whirlpool to make what's called a garage refrigerator. And what's really, really unique about these refrigerators is they will heat and cool regardless of the outside temperature.
Oh,
So if your garage refrigerator is in your garage, and your garage, as we know, in around Chicago, gets pretty cold,
yeah.
the components or the stuff inside the refrigerator will not freeze. So
Oh,
your refrigerator will actually heat itself to 38 or 40 degrees, whatever the setting might be, to maintain a refrigeration temperature.
okay.
Does that make sense? Because a lot
Yeah.
of folks, if you take a household fridge and put it in your garage, I think everybody has experienced opening that fridge in the winter or the spring and finding a soda can that exploded.
Yes. Yes.
And the reason why is the refrigerator couldn't adjust its temperature and ended up, freezing internally.
Okay. So that, and I just like the fact you got that kick plate on
Oh,
there to
yes.
open up. I mean, that's really, especially if you're holding a lot of stuff, you could just do that and have it open up. That's real handy.
Yeah, I guess that's something I didn't even think about mentioning. But yeah, the refrigerator is designed to be hands-free because so many people, consumers said, they come into the garage with groceries in their hand and they can't open the door. So they put a kick plate on there to just open the door, and you can put your groceries right in the fridge.
Now, I do have a question for you. You see in this picture that's on the left of this on your presentation,
Yes.
there's a lot of stuff there. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you expect a homeowner to do with their stuff? Do you have options that can help them out?
Sure. Well, so we do have storage trailers, and I recommend, if you have a lot of stuff or you don't have a place to put everything, that you rent one of those from us, because we'll drop it off, 2-3 days before the job.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you time to put your belongings in the trailer. Then we show up, we demolition, we call it demo, take off, the old pegboards, cabinets, whatever the wooden storage structures that you have in the garage. We clean out the garage, so that's the middle picture where everything's gone. And then we'll paint if needed. We'll do the coating system, and then we'll install the cabinets. So once all that's completed, then we allow you to take 2 or 3 days to empty out the trailer, and then we come and remove the trailer. So the trailer's only there a few days before we start, and then a few days after. And I say that because a lot of the storage container companies, they want you to rent it for the whole month.
Oh,
And
wow.
if you're a busy family and having the storage container in your driveway, that can get in the way.
Yes, it can. It most certainly can. Now, this is another finished product that you did, or actually,
This
it's
is
the
actually
same one.
the same
one.
job. It just shows a bigger picture. Again, all the debris, miscellaneous things that the client had in the garage, everything got removed, and then you can see the final product of just the nice flooring system, the gear wall. It just turned out great, and that's why we took the before and after. It was a great a great
It
photo.
was, and he has you put lighting in there also because you can tell it's very bright.
That
Those
is
are
correct.
yeah.
Really popular right now are the LED fixtures. So as long as you have a fixture in there currently or some kind of light box, we can remove that and we can attach one of our LED lights. Sometimes, depending how it's configured, we can put two right next to each other and really brighten up the area.
So another question I have for you is that, okay, so we know that there's storing things, you can help out with that, but what about the debris and all the garbage and everything? You're taking everything down. Do you haul that away, or is it
Yes.
you do?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
all part of the proposal.
Okay.
The funny thing about client stuff is a lot of times when we bring a trailer out, after we organize the garage, they will probably leave half the stuff in the trailer because they realize they don't need it or they don't want it back in that clean garage, which is
Yeah.
great, and we don't mind. We have dumpsters at our facility that we can take it and unload for them.
Oh, that's great. Because that's really, because what do we do with that? I mean, we're going to have to call or try
Yeah,
to figure somebody else to call. So it's great that you're like a one-stop shop. You take care of it all. So that
awesome.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, it is awesome. So you were talking about you take care of attic doors, you widen them, you make them so people can get up there. But what is this description of?
Well, pretty much what I was talking about before. So this is a great picture. It shows an attic ladder installed. It actually shows it trimmed out on the ceiling, and you can see the aluminum ladder. The door opens. You fold down the ladder. You walk up the ladder, and what we did in this particular project is we put down plywood. We probably
Okay.
put down either 5/8 or 3/4 plywood, depending upon how the garage ceiling was framed out. And what they can do now is just climb up into their attic and put all their Christmas, family storage boxes, what have you. It's just a great area, or I should say, an area that's just not made use of. But now they have tons of storage.
It's great, like you said, it's for those things that you didn't want to give up. You
Yeah.
stick it up in the attic, but now you can be more organized about it.
Well, what's
So,
great about this is you don't have to have it exposed or, worry about putting in cabinets or you essentially leave your garage wide open to park your cars and everything's upstairs in the attic.
yeah, that is a great idea. Now, you were talking about car lifts. So, have you ever, the most cars that you've dealt with a person that wanted one of these?
So this is the fun part of the business because
Yeah.
the families and the car collecting clients, they want that clean garage. They want to show off their car. They want their garage to look like a showroom. So they're perfect clients for us because we can do the complete garage makeover. In this particular case, it wasn't about a garage makeover. It was more or less just do the floors. They wanted clean, pristine looking with two nice car lifts. So we install these car lifts. Most clients install these car lifts for storage, so they can stack their cars and get more cars in their garage.
Right.
Some clients, they actually like to work on their cars, so what they'll do is put the car on the lift, raise it up, and change tires, work on the transmission, the rear end, whatever it might be. But this particular client went with the bend pack 4-post, as we call them, car lifts.
Wow. So I just you do a lot. I mean, you just don't like us. I mean, it is a garage store because it's not just doing floors. It is everything from getting things prepared for storage, organization of your garage. You even take away stuff. I mean,
Yep.
It's amazing. You are definitely the garage store. So,
Yeah.
so
Well, we're full service contractors, but our goal, our business model is just focusing on the garage, and we've earned a great reputation of that. So that's working for us, and we're sticking to it.
well, that's awesome. So I've got here, is this your team of people that work for you?
So these are our designers and product specialists. Starting on the far left would be Ray. and then we have Nate in the middle, and then myself in the black shirt. And yeah, we like to meet with the clients, understand what their needs are, design the garage based around those needs. And then what's really unique, I'd like to say, is once we have that relationship, we go back out there with the crew, whether it could be the flooring crew or the organization crew, to make sure that everything we're doing is still going as planned. Unfortunately, clients change their mind, they get new ideas. So we constantly got to keep that communication going where if they want to add something or change something, we can be there to make that change and direct the crew accordingly.
Well, we're always adjusting with our clients. So,
yes.
You've got customer comes first. And that
well, I think the success of the business has been the customer service and the relationships that we have out there in the community.
Definitely, most definitely. So what I would like to do is, before we say goodbye, we do have some questions that came up actually on the feed. And so some of them we've got Chris Black. He says, good topic, looking forward to it. Matthew Watts said, hey, Dawn and Jim. Well, hey, Matt. Hello. And then I've got a question from Chris Black. He says, what is the average cost?
Sure. So if you're talking about just the garage floor, most 2 cars, depending on the condition of the concrete. So this is the big variable. If it's clean concrete, 2-car garage, you should budget around $2,500. But that's with a commercial grade system. I know there's ways you can go out and use like a do-it-yourselfer kit, or you can buy product, or you can work with coatings sold from like a painting company. But a commercial grade system with our lifetime warranty would be around $2,500. And then with the organization system, it really depends on the lifestyle or what the family needs are. But most organization systems I see average around $3,000 to $4,000. So a complete garage makeover, if you're serious about making another room of the house, I would say budget anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. And I have another question here from Chris Black. Where does the stuff already in the garage get stored while the process is going on? And what do people generally do? I think we answered that, but go ahead if you wouldn't mind answering that question.
Well, as I stated, we have storage trailers, and if the client has enough stuff, it makes sense to rent the trailer and use that for the time. Otherwise, most clients will find a way to move stuff into their family room or basement. Some clients have sheds. So most of our jobs are 2-3 weeks out throughout the summer. So that gives them ample time. Once we schedule them, that gives them 2-3 weeks to plan ahead or plan the weekend to clean out the garage.
Okay. So I hope that answered your question, Chris.
Good.
So again, what I would like you to do, Jim, because we've given everybody a lot of information and a lot of great information. I mean, you've done a great presentation. I want to thank you so much for joining this episode of Meet the Expert on the Block. And if you wouldn't mind, again, just letting people know where they can get, where can they get in touch with you? Where are you located? So people can know if they can meet you at your store, or if they phone you, or if your website. So if you wouldn't mind letting everybody know this information.
Sure. We're open from 9 to 4 every day. So come on by 1082 Rock Road Lane, East Dundee, or just pick up your phone, 847-428-8862. Otherwise, the website has the gallery, all the pictures, lots of information, plus a contact form. You can just immediately go online, check out what you like about our website, and then request an estimate, and then we'll contact you from there.
Awesome. Thank you again for doing that. And I just want to thank everybody who has joined us on this episode of Meet the Expert on the Block. And Jim, again, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope everybody has a great week. I'll be in May is going to be my next Meet the Expert on the Block, and I'll get that out on there for people to see closer to that time. But Everybody, thank you so much for joining this episode. And please, everybody, have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
See ya.